What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, so I'm happy to share this episode with y'all today. This one topic is one that I can struggle with, and I used to struggle with a lot in the past. So let's just jump right in. So I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes I have these moments when I feel really, really confused. Like, what direction do I want my life to take, or my business, or my career? And when do I want to be married? When do I envision myself having kids? Should I cut my hair again? Where should I move? When should I move? And I'm sure you have your moments of confusion too. As humans, especially if you're a person who is working on goals and improving your mindset, you should expect that you're sometimes going to feel confused. As humans, we are constantly evolving, and that's just part of the process. And it makes me think back to when I was in high school, and we all did this, right? And maybe for some of you it came true, but so right now I'm 35, and in high school, I would envision what I thought my life would look like by the age of like 30. And I thought I would have the house, the marriage, the kids, the highly successful career. And I'm sure you did that too, right? And look at me. Here I am doing a podcast, no kids or wife, right? Here we are. Life looks way different. And maybe for you, it's different too. Or it was different when you were 30. My point is, we do this in life. Not just when we're young, but also right now. And even though I have these moments, I have to remind myself that I want this path. This path is unique. Nobody else will ever have this path. And I have to believe in myself to figure things out. And if you don't believe in yourself, then please borrow some from me, okay? That you are more than capable of figuring this out. And this season is going to serve you. And while you're doing the work and figuring it out, do yourself a favor and build your confidence by looking for those small wins every day along the way. Because confidence is a muscle that we have to build. You get confidence by getting results. And the only way you get results is if you do the work. And I talk about this in other episodes, but a quick example is one from my life. When I started really focusing on marketing myself and social media, right? Now, me personally, I hate being in front of the camera, in front of my cell phone camera. I just hate it. Like, I just hate holding the phone up and recording myself. And I hated how I looked, how I sounded, what I had on, the lighting in the room. But I had to focus and force myself to just do the work. And the more and more I did it, the better and better I got at it. Now, I still have moments where I struggle, but I can honestly say I'm way more confident with what I do. And I gained that from getting results. People are constantly telling me how good of a job I do with putting my content out there and how good it looks. Now, I'm confident to know that people see it and they think it's good. Plus, the repetition of it all also made me better. But I wouldn't have gotten better and built that confidence if I didn't just do the work to get the results. And when I got the results, I celebrated them. I looked at my growth and celebrated them. So please make sure that you celebrate your growth in those small wins, all of them, every day. And another really important thing to have in your mindset is that as we're on this journey, this path isn't linear, and it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be picture perfect because 1, not only would that be boring, but 2, it will rob us of that fulfillment and pride when we look back at all the things we had to navigate, that we went through a lot to get to where we are now, because we have had to work through some negative emotions along the way, right? So we need to learn some important tools and perspectives to help us get through these uncertain times, because the thing is, this will not be the last time that we're in this situation. Working on yourself and your mindset and going after the things that you want in life will no doubt have you here feeling lost and not sure exactly where to turn next. So let's talk about how to get through. So when you're having one of those moments when you're questioning life and your decisions and if you're doing the right thing, it almost feels like a crisis moment. A crisis moment. What we need to do is, guess what? Just have it.
10 o'clock.
And I'm sure you might have just heard that noise. Sorry, that's my laptop. I programmed it to tell me the time at the top of every hour. So I forgot that I had that set, and I was close to the top of the hour when I started recording this, but I'm gonna leave it in because bloopers happen. You make mistakes. Anyway, so just have the feeling. Just let yourself feel it. Feel the emotion. Let yourself have it. It's okay to feel those emotions. Now, I used to do this thing where I would get mad at myself. Well, not mad, but I would feel stupid for being upset about something, because I would look at my life and be like, man, I'm so fortunate to be in this position. What are you really even upset about? You being weak, or this is dumb to let this get to you. Look at your life and where you are. And don't get me wrong, thinking like this is definitely a great skill set to have, but that's not going to help you learn and grow. You can't just disregard those feelings, right? Those feelings are real and they are there for a reason. That avoidance of emotion in the moment feels like it's helpful or constructive, but deep down we know it's not. Avoiding emotion is not a long-term solution. We can't judge ourselves. When they come up, it's okay to let yourself feel it. Instead of judging yourself, what you should do instead is question the feeling. Not get down on yourself for feeling it, but ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Be curious. What are some of the reasons I'm feeling scattered or lost or hurt right now? And it's helpful to get those out, to learn those reasons and get it out of your head, because having them just rolling around in your head without addressing them isn't serving you. And it's a really useful thing to identify what you're working with on a regular basis mentally. So really think about these. And if you want to, go ahead and write them down. But it's extremely important that you don't label them. Do not label them as good or bad. Just let them out and notice what they are. Name them. And here's the thing. Yes, there is always somebody worse off than you. Yes, you could be doing worse. Yes, it could be something that's small that you're worried about. Yes, you're in a better place than you used to be. But that doesn't mean that you don't get to feel the way you feel. You can't judge yourself for that. We have a tendency as people that when we have one of these negative thoughts, we label it as stupid or dumb. But the reality of it is, it can still teach us something if we allow it. It can teach us something if we allow it. So get it out, name it, and learn from it. What's up, what's up, what's up? I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode, and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here, and let's get back to it. And I say this all the time, but when you think a thought over and over again, that thought will become a belief. That's how we form our own truths, our identity, who we think we are and what we think we're capable of. And the thing is, we may think it's small and can't talk this morning. We may think it's small and insignificant, but we don't realize how dangerous this actually is. So think about this, for example. Let's say you say to yourself, I'm not good with technology on phones, on cell phones. And a lot of people say this. Is that you? I mean, not judging you if it is, but what happens is you say it and it's a pretty insignificant statement. But if you don't stop and question it and challenge it, you're just going to think it over and over again and again and again and again. And eventually it's going to become a belief, a reality about yourself. And then you end up doing what your brain does. Your brain is extremely good at finding evidence to support your current beliefs. Your brain is always finding evidence to support your current beliefs. You will find a bunch of reasons why you are not good with technology on cell phones. And then you accept it as truth and you label it as part of who you are. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, that is true about me. I'm not good with technology. But my question to you is, why? What is it about you specifically that makes you not good with it? Because it's not like you don't already have everything you need inside you already. There are people your age and older who are great with technology. You don't have any kind of disadvantage that keeps you from being good with technology. What happens is you keep telling yourself that and it became your truth. If I keep telling myself I can't speak in front of large crowds, I will never be able to. Or if I say I don't have time to work out, you know I had to go there, sorry, not sorry. But if you keep telling yourself this, and if you repeat it over and over again, it will become a belief and eventually a truth about yourself that you don't want, and a truth that becomes an identity. And you start acting in accordance. Your life starts giving you exactly what you tell yourself. You will attract ways to not have time to work out. So by thinking like this, even though the thought may seem small, over time, it becomes so much bigger and it shapes who we are. And this isn't helpful for growth. So get it out and then look at it with curiosity and then ask yourself this powerful question. Is the thought that I'm thinking even true? Because just because we think whatever that thought is in our heads at that moment, it doesn't actually mean it's true. Now, that's a fact. It sounds simple, but it's really powerful. Once you question your thoughts, you might find that you're labeling yourself with conditional statements. And what do I mean by that? Thoughts like, I'm confused, I'm lost, I'm not good at this, nobody will support me. Is that actually accurate? Because those are all conditional statements implying that you can't change them. That is final. And the truth is that is the furthest from the truth. You might feel like it's the truth in a moment because you feel lost or scattered or incapable, and that's valid to have those feelings. But you have to recognize that you can work on changing your feelings by changing your thoughts. Why? Because your thoughts drive your feelings. But you can't let words like confused and lost and always and never keep living in your mindset. They will become permanent. Even though the thought about yourself is only conditional, if you continue to think those thoughts, they will become permanent. So, moving forward, really focus on changing your language. After you identify those thoughts and label what they are, and understand that you do have validity in feeling this way. Change the way you say those ideas. Excuse me. So instead of saying, I suck at this, change it to, I'm working on this, or I'm learning how. Instead of saying, I'm lost, change that to, I'm figuring it out. Instead of saying, I'll never be good at that, say, I'm not good yet. Do you see where I'm going with this? And the final key to all of this, excuse me, the final key to all this is with these new statements, you have to put them into action. Even if it's small action, the smallest of actions. If you're not good with phone technology, first say something like, I'm learning to get better with phone technology, and then do something that would take 2 minutes. Figure out how to do something you didn't know how to do before. Just one thing. And it doesn't have to be right in the moment, but take a second out of your day to just try and figure it out. If you say, this topic confuses me, change it to, I'm working on figuring it out. And do exactly that, even if it's only for 45 seconds. And you have to keep repeating these new statements to yourself over and over and over again, just like you did with the negative ones, because that's when it'll start to become a belief. And that belief will turn into a truth, and then it will be part of your identity. And that's where change happens. So let's do the work. Let's get ourselves unstuck, unlost, unconfused. I'm pretty sure I made up a bunch of words just now, but you get my point. Apply these steps and thought processes, and this will be a guaranteed way to help you look at things differently, because your mind will give you exactly what you let it tell you in life. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.